that's what we doing?
While others
And he's smart as fuck too, and he's tapped in.
Means that he won't be around forever. But if some aren't buying what Lefty is selling, others clearly see the merits. Recently, he's been pictured linking up with Ab-Soul and collaborating with West Coast legend Jason Martin on a project which Dot actually showed love to. But as the light has beamed on him brighter than ever, his prominence has led to his ethnicity to be called into question, once again by noted hater Whack 100.
No, but he did start the rumor that we was racist though.
He started.
Y'all.
He said
Both
we
of
was
y'all.
racist. So are you saying we're racist against
That's because
your
you said
mother's side or your father's side?
Elsewhere, he's had to face legal drama that has threatened to derail his career, including being arrested in El Paso on a controlled substance offense. Then, at Rolling Loud, he was confronted by the cops as he was about to perform and taken into custody.
Arrested for him. They need to arrest Lefty right now. A roll forward.
Where are they taking him?
And as if all that wasn't bumpy enough, he was replaced on Shoreline Mafia's tour, leading to a great deal of upset and anger on his part.
And you don't truly always need the industry.
Motherfuckers took me on my tour too. Big, that shit fucked me up, bro.
No.
I was on the Shoreline Mafia tour, bro. On the hood. I don't know who took me off that tour. I apologize, bro, for whatever way I disrespected you, bro. Y'all replaced me with Peso, Bravo. They're my brothers, man. They give you some, but how you gonna have Shoreline, OGZ Phoenix, Santa Fe Clan, Bravo, Peso, but no Lefty gunplay?
Did they tell you why they took you off?
Yeah, cause I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right, I'm crazy too.
Because I'm crazy. Nigga, you need to be crazy about that money. That clean money, nigga. Sorry. You need to be crazy about that money, man. Not no crazy about that stupid shit, doing them drugs. And, you know, fucking the hookers and the whores and shit. You need to be about your money, doing that shit and stacking up and really getting into it. But nah, you too big in the street. Still, it seems like you be doing lean. I don't know what type of drugs you look like you be doing, but you look retarded.
And I understand. I completely understand. I'm a liability. You never know what you're gonna get, but you know, whoever has me or whoever's with me.
I bet he be doing pills
with me. You know,
I bet he be doing pills, bro.
Right. I'm gonna give them my all. Whoever takes that risk, you know, with their venue.
However, this isn't the only embarrassing moment he's endured. Although he seemed to be getting saluted by Kendrick previously, his trip to the GNX tour saw him banned from the stage and prevented him from delivering those famed 4 words.
They won't let Lefty on the stage.
Why would they?
They won't let Lefty on the stage. Hey, get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
You bitches that are really step, but it's not a. Say you did to get myself, but it's not a. No.
Technically he was on the stage. But it was his video of him doing crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. So he was on the stage. It's just not how he wanted it. He wasn't physically on the stage, but he was on the stage.
While the spell after the feature hasn't gone exactly to plan, there's no denying that it has invariably had its upsides and boosted his profile. After all, before Kendrick made him a prominent name, he was teaming up with Neon to do streams that'll introduce him to a whole other audience.
Okay.
Shit, I already did it. I already shot some hoops. I went crazy, bro. Yeah.
Don't be a bitch.
That's funny?
Don't get at him like that. Don't get at him like that. Don't get at him like that. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that right now. I'm tripping. He ain't a pussy. You a pussy. How about that?
And on the hip-hop front, he's starting to get traction, even getting flowers from legends in the game like Bootleg Kev.
Favorite artist out of LA right now.
Get it high. Make it. It's a fact. Hit it like.
Now this dude is on fire, my dog. Real 92.3, Lefty Gunplay, Bootleg Kev. We in here. What's up, brother?
Right here, man. You know, in my domain in Los Angeles.
Yes.
But I realized, you know, I love LA, but I'm trying to get it popping in other states and
everywhere.
Some of my favorite sound was Juvenile 400 Degrees and you know,
You see me, I eat, sleep, and talk rap.
You see that 98 Mercedes on TV, I bought that. I got some felony charges, I bought that. If they disrespect me, I'm gonna be in all black. Yeah.
If I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that?
Yup.
This all culminated in him apparently signing a major deal, one which seemingly came with a life-changing sum of cash.
Lefty Gunplay signed a $5 million deal, man.
Okay.
Fire. 13 songs with Mike and Keys, man, and Jason Martin, man.
And the album sound fire.
Album sounds pretty good, man. He got my nigga. They got my boy in pocket. I'm just trying to let y'all know that.
Above all, Lefty feels that if he got it out the mud, then anyone can. So he wants people to learn from his example.
Follow your dreams, man. Follow your dreams, you know?
Come on, gang. You just doing so good.
A fool's mind danced on the tip of his tongue. First impressions of everything. 2025, you know, motivation, energy. You know, follow your dreams and you got it. You know, you can do anything. Anything is possible. On the real, and I mean that. Anything is possible.
For sure, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Energy. Real big on energy.
But while Lefty has taken every solitary squeeze of juice from
I hate when niggas say they big on energy, but they still be around. They still be promoting. I wouldn't say, they still promoting low vibrational and bad energy and negative energy. I hate when niggas say that, bro.
TV off, there are some rappers
Sorry,
whose success in
like,
capitalizing is still hard to
I
really
hate
define.
it.
One of these is Siete76, a rapper whose first viral exposure came in the form of his track Call On Me, which remains his biggest track to date, aside from Dodger Blue, of course. And from the outset, it was clear that he was thrilled to be involved.
Real quick.
Oh, man, shout out to Kendrick,
Siete,
man.
how does it feel to be on the Kendrick's album, bro? GNX.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel real blessed.
Dodger
Real
Blue is a great
blessed.
song,
Just
too.
feel like
Dodger
the
Blue is a
one,
very good song.
feeling like, you know, go harder, motivated, you know, show the youth that, you know, this shit is possible. Don't never give up, you know, that type of motivation, that type of talk. That shit was like, probably like 3-4 weeks before he dropped.
Really?
He called me back to back. I was in the Bay. I was all the way in the Bay finna shoot my boy Lil Bean. I was at Empire. He called me like 4 in the morning, like, pull up. I drove 6 hours and pulled right up.
Okay.
If nothing else,
Hey,
Siete's
that's that grind mode. When niggas say, hey, pull up, I got something. Bet. I ain't saying nigga. And this is what I've thought about you. Say like my job, the one I work at right now, right? Say if I'm working or something like that, or I gotta work, and there's a huge opportunity that'll catapult my career. Oh yeah, I'm taking off that day. I don't care what. I'll lie and say whatever I need to do. I was like, hey, I'm doing it because I know I'm not staying at this job forever. It's not in my higher self's plans. It's not in my plans. It's not in God's plans. God's plans is for me to have abundance of wealth and freedom and stuff like that, to impact the youth and impact my family, to be free from the negativity and the low vibrational shit, and expand people's minds. I can't do that while I'm working where I'm working right now.
His appearance on GNX allowed him to put out a project in the aftermath of GNX release, featuring 2 tracks alongside artists like Lefty Gunplay and Wally the Sensei. Despite only having 22,000 monthly listeners on Spotify at the moment, Siete is certainly enjoying some newfound prominence, posting up at SoFi Stadium to watch Kendrick and showing love at the BET Awards. And to him, getting that dot feature is merely the beginning.
Our most exciting thing is just to go platinum, try to go diamond, my goal. #1 on the billboards. Yeah, shout out to my boy Kendrick. I'm on that Dodger Blue. I go tap in, need Wally Roddy, Kendrick Lamar. Then I just drop my album, Stuck in a Hole. Y'all go tap in with that. So yeah, we on the road. Siete7X, west side of Compton.
On the subject of another man featured on the project, a man who's making the most of his newfound prominence is Wally the Sensei. Repping Compton, Wally has always been a fan of Dot and expressed that from the outset of his career.
I put Kendrick against anybody. I don't think nobody fucking with Kendrick out of the city. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think there's nobody to put against him. I gotta go somewhere else with this. Let me see.
But his life has been no picnic, and on the way of appearing on a major project like Dot's, he survived being homeless. However, he feels that this was crucial to providing his drive that made him into the man he is today.
We was homeless for a long time. And I ain't gonna say that's what made me start thugging, but I'm gonna say like that's what gave me like the aggression to do anything, like seeing how people really didn't give a about me when I was a kid and I was homeless.
Like homeless, like ain't have a place to like sleep homeless or like just like couch surfing.
Yeah, and we had a big family, you feel me? So so with me being the only boy other than my brother, he epileptic, he has seizures. all throughout the day type shit. So you know what I'm saying? I'm every time we gotta go somewhere, nigga, I'm big bags on the bus, nigga, really just making it happen.
Following his contribution to Dodger Blue,
one thing I can say is that a man who's taking care of his family and doing what he needs to do, and he's making most of his opportunity, that's dope as hell. That's great. I'm happy to hear that.
Wally had his debut Coachella performance, as well as securing a gold plaque for the song. But if there's any major leap forward that's happened for Wally in the wake of his contribution to GNX, is that he's rumored to be joining Cactus Jack Records. Alongside pictures of he and LaFlame together, he's also been teased as one of the individuals featuring on the forthcoming Jack Boys 2. And if that's not a come up, I don't know.
Hey, that's dope
But
as fuck.
interestingly, not every artist who appeared on the project necessarily wanted to use it as a bridge into hip-hop. In fact, the owner of the Haunting Vocals, which brings the album into life, is pleasantly surprised by how she got there in the first place. Upon hearing there's a new K-Dot album on the way, we can bet that a 49-year-old mariachi singer isn't who you expected to be opening it. However, that's exactly what happened for Deira Barrera, whose vocals wound up on 3 songs on the project. Reportedly, she entered Kendrick's orbit when he spotted her at the World Series, singing a tribute to Mexican baseball player Fernando Valenzuela. I was in tears, singing for my friend who died at a packed stadium, and El Señor Lamar was there. He listened to me sing. My skin gets goosebumps because all of this happened so quickly for me. I want to cry. This is taking me by surprise. Just months on, she was informed that Kendrick wanted to work with her. Even now, she can't believe how prominent she proved to be, while also praising him for bringing her art form to a global stage.
I was in Arizona with my aunt and my mom for a wedding. They don't know about rap music, so they asked me, okay, who is this guy? Oh my God, he is the most famous of rap singers of the world. And I'm there in his new album.
Part of what I think...
You know what's crazy too? It's like, bro, imagine, especially not being from like around hip hop and shit like that. Like, imagine your son or daughter or brother or sister are featured on one of the biggest albums of the world. Or they just pull up with somebody who's a celebrity, you don't even know who it is. Oh, that is such. Okay, I don't know who that is. The biggest artist in the world, you don't know what it. That'll make them start listening to him, or maybe it won't. I don't know. That's a huge thing. You like, damn, how the fuck did you get that? He just liked me singing. Oh shit, maybe they'll start to respect you and your craft more if they see you. If you're getting recognized by one of the top artists in the world, they see what you do when you're making money. Oh yeah, damn, okay, you doing your shit.
People are learning though, because of your collaboration with Kendrick, is that mariachi, that Mexico, is such an enormous part of course, Los Angeles. Which is obvious to every Mexican person or anybody who is actually in Los Angeles. It's 50% Hispanic Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I'm about to pee, I'll be right
back. People are
back.
sort of realizing now, for real, like, wait a minute. Kendrick picked this mariachi singer, and now they're realizing the history that you guys share culturally.
He was bringing that all together, our music together, and music doesn't have any boundaries, and there is no race, there is no colors, there is no frontiers, nothing.
And since then, she's shown him nothing but love.
¡Qué emoción! Miren lo que me llegó. Miren lo que me llegó. GNX. Venga, 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 venga. Ay, Dios mío de mi vida. Dios mío de mi vida.
The theme of confusion of Kendrick even being aware of who an artist is nothing new when it comes to the GNX crew. For Young Threat, his appearance on the album's explosive title track all happened so fast.
I know you did the songs or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, waking up hearing that shit and actually being on it, like how did that shit feel? Like,
I did not know that shit was about to drop as soon as it dropped. Man, we had left the booth. The day before that shit dropped, we had left the booth, you feel me? The previous night type shit. Then I woke up, you feel me? My boy Da Vinci had hit me up. He was calling me like, bro, you on the verse, you on the track, GNX. I'm like, hell no, let me hear it. You feel me? He played it through what he was listening to. I'm like, let me hear it. I heard my voice, I'm like, oh God, that's it. Wait, hold on, let me see. Then I did my own research and I seen that shit, but man, that shit was a blessing, like, you feel me?
You did research on yourself, man. You're like, hold on, is it really me?
Shit like that.
Nigga
like,
might have stole my voice. Fuck all of that. Let me see.
Nah, I know it was me though. As soon as I heard myself. out.
But the minute that audiences heard his deep, unique drawl, he began garnering fans.
So this is people reacting to your voice.
For sure. Let's see.
Somebody said, Young Threat rapping like he about to stick a knife in somebody. Good Lord. Another person said, Young Threat voice is so ASMR to me, just sexier, whispering about murder. You need a Janet Jackson feature.
Wow.
Somebody said, Young Threat voice is so menacing, his name suits him very well. Another person said, Young Threat be whispering about blowing someone's face off and he be sliding. This is my favorite one. This person said, Young Threat raps like someone kept blowing him after he came.
Wow.
I like that one, man.
A noted Hoover.
I ain't gonna lie. Now, I do be taking my breaks from fucking social media, but motherfuckers are hilarious when there's no identity behind the people. It would be fucking hilarious, bro. Those are funny as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. Those are funny.
Crip, who has been running hard for a long time, he dropped a tape in 2025 to keep the buzz
That's
up.
a Henny
And
bottle.
unlike many of the artists involved, he has explicitly said that he and Kendrick have more on the way.
GNX specifically, did he have everybody's verses already? What part did you come in on? Like, how put together was it already?
I'm glad you brought this up, see, because now it wasn't no like a verse or nothing. It was just the beat. But the way like mine had switched up towards the end, it wasn't like that. I think Kendrick had, when they was working in the lab or whatever, they went and cooked up and he did it to his liking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was kind of like the regular way. It was the regular vibe, but it was no different verses on there. He just played my verse type shit. Like go up in there and go crazy. You feel me?
So you didn't even have a chance to pre-prepare. Like, so when you went in there, they showed you the beat and they're like, all right, let's cook.
Put the beat on. You like, what to do with this, like, right? Like, heck yeah, like, you feel me? I'm going there and go crazy. He cut it on. They had looped my side. Then they asked me if I write or do I punch in. And then I told him I can do both. He like, I think you should write though. But GNX wasn't the first one we recorded though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, GNX was the first one we recorded. We had did something different, and then GNX. Then we did GNX pretty much like the last day. Then the next day it was out.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Much like many of the other artists, he posted up at the GNX tour and was clearly thrilled to be there. But despite the widespread appreciation for that whisper flow, it hasn't exactly translated into streams by the millions yet. Still, if one of these older tracks with Kendrick,
Bruh, the biggest thing is, bruh, it's not gonna immediately go into the millions, man. That's what people don't understand. It's not immediately gonna be in the millions, bruh. Now, it's getting your hype up. It's on you to bring that into the fucking millions. By the features you do. By the stuff you put out. By the collaborations. Getting yourself out there. One of the things I can't say about, I forgot his name. The dude is scary, spooky, hilarious. That dude, at least he went on a stream, cause that's exposing him to other people, another fan base. So, yeah, as long as you expose yourself to multiple different crowds and shit like that, and like pull up with an unreleased song or pull up with your song, and bruh, just go collab like different artists and shit like that. That's how you go ahead and get that into the millions and shit like that. Keep collaborating.